and we've been married 5 years in April, and first-time home buyers.
Yep.
Kyle's a teacher at Middleburg High School, and I'm a nurse anesthetist. I work at Mayo.
All right. So
So we were living in a one-bedroom apartment, trying to save money, paying for my education. And so when I was done with school, we were finally in a position financially where we could afford buying a home. So that was one thing. And then hopefully we'll be starting a family in the future. So what about you, babe?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure we had all our everything in line with our finances. I knew she was in school for a few years as a nurse anesthetist, and I knew that was going to be the drawback to owning a home. So we wanted to make sure she was finished that completely. And once she had finished that and she had gotten a job, then we were able to start looking.
Yep.
So
Overwhelmed at the beginning, thinking through all the things that I didn't know about, because this is a whole new world to us. But Jenny was really great. She sat down the very first time we met with her, and she went through the entire process, and she said, this is exactly what we're going to do step by step. And I'm a list person. I love lists. So she went like 1, 2, 3, and I could just follow throughout the whole process. So you can see where you're going. And then at each step, she was there saying, okay, this is what we're going to do. Then, okay, now next step, this is what you're going to do. So she made it so easy and took all the stress away from it, at least for me. I think for you too, right?
Yeah, I had no idea what was going to have to happen to buy a home. Yeah. I was like, what in the world do you even do? I mean, other than just here's our money, take it, and we move it. I knew it was more than that. But Jenny made it very simple to just, go through a step-by-step process of, all right, do this first, then we move here, move here, move here, which made it a lot easier, and then it made more sense.
Yeah.
Smooth everything was. Jenny was always reaching out to us and got back to us if we ever had any questions. She made it real easy to pick homes based on her questions that she asked us. Just, hey, what do you want? What are your deal breakers? What are the things that you must have? I didn't have a long list as it was, but she just made it very simple.
I mean, probably financing is a big one. I think that's most people as a first-time home buyers, your wariness of going into it. But she put us in touch with, not only she recommended things, but like the lender that she recommended was able to, chat with us and kind of give us a realistic expectation of what our budget was and what could we afford, and opportunities for first-time home buyers, or that kind of thing. I think that was helpful to know that we were okay like that moving forward. I don't think all of our needs were met, so I don't have...
In the words of my students as a math teacher, D, none of the above. I really don't think there is anything... I'll be honest, there's nothing. I have nothing to say about that. She did everything we could have ever asked. So.
Oh, that's an easy one. We love it.
Yeah, it sounds great. When we went house shopping with Jenny, this was the last house we saw on a Saturday. We started in the early morning and saw 8, 9, 10 homes, and this was the last one. And it was funny because before we got to this one, I already made my mind I was going to pick another one about a couple miles down the road. I was like, that one's perfectly fine. I like that one. There's nothing wrong with it. And then once we walked in, it was just immediately like whoa, I'm so glad she picked this one for us to at least check out, because this was, in my opinion, better than the one I had already made up my mind about.
Right.
So I'm glad we actually got to see this one.
And that was the other thing we really were impressed with, is when we sat down and told her